welcome to the mighty Ford Focus RS. This is the quickest Ford production car you can buy in Australia at the moment, with a claimed 0 to 100 in just 4.6 seconds. Under the bonnet is a 2.3 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 257 kilowatts and 440 newton meters. There's also an overboost function that brings torque to 470 newton meters for up to 15 seconds. These figures aren't too far off a decent V8 from not that long ago. So with these figures jammed into a small package like this, it's just a pure rocket ship. It's not too difficult to spot the RS out of the usual Focus range. So you've got this fin diffuser at the back with massive twin exhausts, a big deck spoiler up on the top there, some forged alloy wheels, Brembo brakes, painted blue. It's the same colour blue as the RS badge, and of course a completely revised front end. So you've got intakes in the sides here, feeding air to the brakes, and then a big intercooler at the front, and a big gulping air intake for the engine. It looks pretty out there. I mean, in this colour it looks a little bit conservative. It could be blended in with the rest of the traffic, but if you get it in white or something like that with these black highlights really standing out, it looks nothing short of a road-going rally car. Let's have a look at the interior. So first thing you'll notice are these big Recaro bucket seats. They're not height adjustable, it's like a racing bucket basically, but the backrest is adjustable. So for me, I'd like the seat to be a little bit lower, but of course you can't do that. But in every other area, it's quite a nice driving position. So up on the dash, you've got Ford's Sync system. So it's a touchscreen system. It's a little bit clunky in my opinion, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. You've got four main options around the outside, so entertainment, phone, navigation, and things like that. And then down here, you've got this little pad here that you can use to quickly change songs and anything to do with the audio system. Then down below, you've got a conventional climate control setup. Ford only offers the RS with a manual transmission, which is pretty cool, but probably unfortunate for those who would like the car but can only drive automatic. The rest of the interior is pretty much like a normal Focus, apart from this trio of gauges here, including a boost gauge. It's quite futuristic, the dash design. You've got this little pointing out section, little vents that are poking out everywhere, and some strange vent toggles there as well. In saying that, it is quite practical. You've got space for your phone, cup holders, adjustable, so you can have different sizes, and then a center console box as well. One thing you won't get on the regular Focus is this drive mode toggle. This gives you normal, sport, racetrack, and a drift mode. So there's a controversial mode there because there's some that argue that it encourages bad behavior on the roads. But you know, any car could do that really. A Ferrari or a Lamborghini goes 300 kilometers an hour. Is that encouraging everyone to speed? Maybe. I don't really have a problem with it. We'll test it out on the road here anyway and see how it goes. Let's have a look at the back seats. Despite the Recaros in the front, they're actually quite thin, so you've still got plenty of leg room in the back. Headroom is pretty decent as well, although the bench is quite low, but that just gives the driver a better view out the back. In terms of practicality, you could use this car every day. There's no major sacrifices that you'll need to make. And in the very back, you've got a conventional hatch. So there is a little bit less room compared with the regular Focus due to the four-wheel drive system underneath, but there's still plenty of room there. Let's go take it for a drive. I've got a new GoPro strap from my head. It's actually the GoPro brand, I think, because I broke my old one. But it feels like it's vibrating a lot, so you'll have to excuse me if it's vibrating a lot. I'll try and fix it for the next time if it is. Okay, so normal driving, it's basically a regular Focus. I mean, you got a bit of a bassy note from the engine, but that's about it. The ride is quite firm, especially on this road. But let's see how it goes. So third gear, flat to the floor. Not too response. Plenty of grip. Get the exhaust crackling there. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but it's cracking and popping on the overrun, which is very nice. Good turn in, it feels very flat and neutral. Hardly any understeer at all, rolling into the corners, which is nice. Okay, so we'll move it up to the race mode. I think the engine just got a little bit louder. I'm not sure if it's sound enhancement through the speakers, but it does seem a little bit louder. The steering has definitely firmed up a little bit. There's a few creaks and rattles from the interior. I'm not sure if you can hear them, but I've got a little rattle happening behind my seat, and that door seems to be rattling quite a bit. I know this is a very rough road, but this is where we test most of the cars on performance drive so that we can sort of benchmark each one. Excellent power delivery though, excellent traction. You just apply full throttle around hairpins, or big sweeping hairpins, and it just sorts it all out and rips you around the corner. Fair bit of G-force. It feels good. It feels like a driver's car. Acceleration, it doesn't quite feel 4.6 seconds, but it's definitely fast. There's no denying that the low down torque as well, it really pushes you in the back. So on the way back down, we'll try it with the drift mode and see how that works. Oh, straight away, yeah, I can feel that there's a bit of torque steer happening, or it feels like torque steer, as the power is sent to the outside rear wheels to help the car sort of rotate around the corner, I guess. But yeah, you can definitely feel the difference. Yeah, definitely torque steer happening through the front wheels. It wasn't there in the sport or race modes. I'll just try full throttle around the sharp corner. So you can feel that it wants to kick out a little bit. It's not doesn't turn it into a rear-wheel drive car, but it, yeah, I can feel that it wants to, or it encourages some drifting. If I had a bit more room, I would try and test it out a bit better for you, but I'm not too keen on this, trying to drift on this very tight road. Feel it's doing something. It's helping the car pivot around the corner. I probably wouldn't have it in drift mode casually driving down a mountain road like this. I prefer the race mode. It seems a bit more predictable. Just with the torque steer, it seems to surprise you. I don't really know what to expect. So with a rear-wheel drive car, I know it's going to drift because it's rear-wheel drive, whereas this, yeah, I can't tell, on a road like this anyway, I can't tell exactly what the power is going to do. I mean, if you're on a racetrack, you can get to know the corners very well and throw the car into the corner. But it definitely makes it feel more agile. It really wants to dart in and out of corners. seems to stop understeer as well, so when you're getting a little bit of understeer, you can actually apply the power and it will start to kick out, which is very cool for a hot hatch. This is going up against cars like the Volkswagen Golf R and even the higher end Audi RS3 and Mercedes A45 AMG. So how does it compare with the German rivals? Well, in my opinion, the Golf R is still the king because it's just the range of ability is just so broad, and anybody can drive that car very fast. You don't have to be a highly skilled driver. In this, it's more engaging, it's more fun. You've got a bit of oversteer, a bit of understeer, there's a little bit of turbo lag, and there's definitely some torque steer to contend with. But overall, that makes it a more engaging car. People are going to love the out there styling, the noise, the crackling from the exhaust, and of course the manual transmission. The only transmission you can get is manual. We'll be putting together a more in-depth review on the website soon, so stay tuned for that one, and we'll do our usual 0 to 100 video. Thanks for watching.